Show that u equals log into bracket x squared plus y squared all per half is a solution to the differential equation u subscript xx plus u subscript yy equals 0. Assuming that log equals natural log, we have u equals natural log of into bracket x squared plus y squared all per half. Now the per half can come and multiply. That's a simple logarithm law. Now here we are going to differentiate u partially with respect to y first. So we take partial derivative of u with respect to y equals, we have half here, so we put the half down. Then because of the natural log, if we want to differentiate, we differentiate inner function divided by the inner function. So we take partial derivative of the inner function with respect to y, all divided by the inner function. Wow. Here, if we differentiate x squared partially with respect to y, we get 0. And if we differentiate y squared partially with respect to y, we get 2y. And these two will cancel this 2. So we have partial derivative of u with respect to y to be equal to y divided by x squared plus y squared. Remember, we can differentiate the log without assuming that it is equal to the natural log. But here, for simplicity, that is why we assume that it is equal to the natural log. Okay. That's very simple. Now we are going to differentiate it using the quotient rule. So we take partial derivative of y with respect to y times x squared plus y squared minus y times the partial derivative of x squared plus y squared with respect to y, all divided by x squared plus y squared all squared. That is the quotient rule. If we differentiate y partially with respect to y, we get 1. Then we multiply 1 by x squared plus y squared to get x squared plus y squared. If we differentiate x squared partially with respect to y, we get 0. If we differentiate y squared partially with respect to y, we get 2y. If we multiply it by negative y, we get negative 2y squared, all divided by x squared plus y squared all squared. Now, this simplifies to negative y squared plus x squared all divided by x squared plus y squared all squared. That is very simple as that. Now, let us write this down. Now, what we are going to have is very simple. We have del squared u on del y squared equals x squared minus y squared divided by x squared plus y squared all squared. Wow. So now let's see. Let us take the partial derivative of u with respect to x. In the same vein, we have half into partial derivative of x squared plus y squared with respect to x divided by x squared plus y squared. If we differentiate y squared with respect to x, we get 0. But if we differentiate x squared partially with respect to x, we get 2x. These two will cancel this 2. And we have del u on del x equals x divided by x squared plus y squared. We use the quotient rule again. We have del squared u on del x squared equals, we differentiate x partially with respect to x and then multiply it by x squared plus y squared minus x times the partial derivative of x squared plus y squared all divided by x squared plus y squared all squared. If we differentiate x partially with respect to x, we get 1. Then multiply it by x squared plus y squared to get x squared plus y squared. If we differentiate x squared partially with respect to x, we get 2x. And if we differentiate y squared partially with respect to x, we get 0. Now, negative x times 2x gives negative 2x squared. This simplifies to minus x squared plus y squared all divided by x squared plus y squared all squared. Now, we have that the square u on the y squared equals u subscript yy, and the squared u on the x squared equals u subscript xx. Please subscribe, like, share, and leave your comments. Let me put here 2 equals u subscript yy, and here equals u subscript xx. This in a very simple u subscript xx plus u subscript yy equals, we take u subscript xx, that is negative x squared plus y squared divided by x squared plus y squared all squared, plus u subscript yy, that is x squared minus y squared all divided by x squared plus y squared all squared. This is simply negative x squared plus y squared plus x squared minus y squared all divided by x squared plus y squared all squared, since the denominators are the same. So here we have u subscript xx plus u subscript yy equals negative x cancels positive x squared. Sorry, negative x squared cancel positive x squared, negative y squared cancel positive y squared, and you have 0 divided by x squared plus y squared all squared, which is equal to 0. Hence shown. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave your comment.